Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here. Welcome to my Power Rangers Dino Fury episode description spoiler video. Now this is titled spoilers, but this video is about the episode descriptions that have shown up in the TV guide because the episodes are going to be airing on Pop. So even though I've labeled it just in case, I'm going to be honest, I don't really count episode descriptions from your TV guide to be spoilers. I feel like I'm just worried for the world if we consider that to be a major spoiler. Like, oh, what's on tonight? Info. Kara's going to be in Supergirl tonight? Spoiler alert, man, I'm triggered. These are basically just basic episode descriptions. There's not a ton of, spoilery info. In fact, one of them has a little bit less spoilery info than we already got. So let's read them, and we'll go over them afterwards. I'll maybe give some thoughts and jokes in between. Who knows what I'll say, because this is all unscripted. Anyway, and also, just be warned, most of these sound like filler. I'll go over that at the end, though. But let's get started here. Now, welcome to Story Time with Dawson, who leans forward to read the tiny print. He's going to be looking down. I'm not being rude. But I have to read it, because I'm not going to memorize this. That would take upwards of time. Episode 14. Chase, just kidding. See, I have his name right here so I can read it. Javi thinks Izzy has a crush on a friend, and he sets them up on a date, but his assumption causes big problems when the monsters... when the monsters smell love in the air. I actually read that as, and it causes problems when the monsters smell. I'm like, what? So yeah, that sounds fillery. And further. Now, 14 says, Ollie boasts to his friends that he isn't afraid of anything, or isn't afraid of nothing. I ain't afraid of nothing. That's not in there. That was just me speaking weirdly. But when the other Rangers are captured by a formidable foe, Ollie must realize his biggest fear. Now, that was the one we got a spoiler description on before that supposedly has Lord Zed in it. Sounds like it'll probably be an illusion of some sort. Maybe by Slither, because, he can do that morphing thing. But that's not in this one, but that was in a different one. So this is titled spoilers, though. This video, not this. Anyway. Episode 15, Ollie agrees. Ollie hogging all the focus, man? What do you think you are, Oliver Queen? Ollie agrees to help Javi with a story. His desire for new tech distracts from his promise. The villains exploit the obsession, and Ollie learns a lesson about priorities. See, fillery. 16, here we go. What everyone's been waiting for. Ion, the Gold Ranger. It literally says, Ion, the new Gold Ranger. Thanks, spoiler alert. I'm just kidding. See, again, it's just a description. We knew this was happening. They literally had a press release. Reveals the dark truth about Zeto's past, and the Rangers learn what it means to be a true leader. So, that's going to sound like one of the non-spoilery ones. 17, Ion is given free ice cream, or Ion, excuse me. Ion is given free ice cream. We're immediately getting off to a great start after his debut. He's given free ice cream for his heroic act, and it goes to his head. I paraphrase that. When his Zord is captured, Aeon learns what it means to be a true hero. I don't know why I keep saying Aeon. I immediately started mispronouncing it. Classic Dawson. 18. Izzy attempts to hide her struggles with electronics class. What? Okay, I don't know what that meant. That's weird. I don't know. With electronic class, putting the Rangers at risk when they rely on those skills during a battle. That seems like a random trait that suddenly comes up out of nowhere for one episode. 19. The villains use a Sporix beast with body-swapping powers to chase pirate treasure, which interferes with Amelia's attempt to make over Pop Pop for a date. Pop Pop! I set him up. 20. Seeking new Zords, Zeto is trapped on a distant planet. I read it as distinct planet. And Aeon makes a risky trip to save him. Together they must confront the nightmares of their past before the Zords can be found. 21. This sounds like the finale. The Rangers need Dr. Akana's help to provide with Void Knight's evil. Provide help with... Let's try that again, shall we? The Rangers need Dr. Akana's help to stop Void Knight's evil scheme, but Ollie disagrees with Zeto's plan, afraid he'll put his mother in danger. I'm glad they mentioned that it was his mother, because I'm like, who the hell is Dr. Akana? Then 22 sounds like the Christmas special. I'm not sure exactly if it's the Christmas special, but I'm a bit of a detective. And I could tell because it says, while the Rangers fight to get Santa's magic sketchbook back from the villains, Javi and Solon are caught in a trap. What they don't tell you is this is actually a crossover with the American Horror Story episode that the Yellow Ninja Steel Ranger was in, and it's the serial killer Santa, and he takes all of them out, and we're getting a new cast in Season 2. I'm just kidding. That went weirdly dark, and it's not going to make any sense to people that don't watch American Horror Stories. Anyway, so as you could tell from these episode descriptions, most of them sound fillery, with the exception of Aeon's debut, the one where they go to a planet to save the Zords, and the finale. Now, I feel like I can already read the comments of people complaining about it. However, I want to remind you of something. These episode descriptions are pretty bare bones. And, I have no doubt there's going to be a lot of Neo Saban feeling fillery stuff in here. God, every time I say filler, it just makes me want to go leave this video and watch The Magicians. But anyway, but that being said, there has been some episodes of Dino Fury that are more fillery or sound more fillery that do have some substance to them or something important. For example, the most recent episode we've seen as of this recording, which is episode 11, the McScary Manor or the McFlurry Manor or whatever, was kind of fillery, but it was a solid Amelia focus where we debuted this armor power. And then we also learned what I think was some very significant info about her parents, which I think could come into play. So many of these episodes could be fillery, but that doesn't mean we won't get a plot point. And in fact, most episodes of Dino Fury, at least from what I remember, have had some sort of small little plot point or teaser going into the overall story. So let's just keep that in mind before we fly off the handle. You know, I wish the episodes didn't make it sound so goody two-shoes fillery, like he learns an important lesson, but it makes it seem worse than it is. Like, I remember it was episode 2 or 3's description that came out before the series premiered, and it sounded like it was going to be that classic we need to learn to work together episode, and it didn't wind up quite being that. So I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm definitely looking forward to the Ion stuff. I'm really happy with how long they waited to debut him because I like that we got to experience the core team for a while. It sounds like we're going to immediately go into a filler with him, but the fact that we are going to be dealing with stuff from him being an original Gold Ranger, and then that teaser showed that scene that might look like a flashback, tells me we could get some flashbacks to the original team, which I think would be cool. The idea of them going on an alien planet for more Zords is cool. I was trying to think which ones they're going to find. I don't think it'll be the Terra Freeze, because that feels like a Season 2 thing. Who knows, though? I'm thinking it's much more likely it's the little Pocky Puncher or the Raptors, because we already got Mosa Rex, and I don't think I'm forgetting anybody else, but I think those are more likely. You know, the finale doesn't sound like anything special. I'm a little disappointed that we were going to have a Christmas special. You know, I thought we kind of calibrated that, although to be fair, Beast Morphers did have the specials. And the Zed episode 14, this description here leaves it out, but the one that spoiled the Zed thing sounded like a Halloween episode. So that seems like it's one of those ones that's like production order 22, but it's airing order 14, which means it is 14. So it sounds like that, but we'll have to wait and see. That's definitely something I'm going to be glad to get rid of when we get into the new era, is forced holiday specials. I think that's one of the only things Nick actually is to blame for amongst all the boogeyman blaming. And I have no problem with holiday specials or an episode that takes place around the holiday, but I don't know why they have to force it. Like, you don't have to force something like that, but we'll have to see. The airings are going to be starting soon on Pop TV as well as other places. I will be covering stuff from that in some form, even if it's just information. I'm still holding on to a bit of naive hope that they'll just drop all the episodes on Netflix before that or something. I really thought they nipped this in the bud, but what do you guys think? What are you excited for based on these descriptions? If you read them or listened to them, let me know in the comments as always. Until next time, don't like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you get notifications for my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.